Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. If you missed the key word for Q101 Fest, a chance to get to Montreal for the Osheaga Music Festival and Riot Fest one-day tickets. We'll give you that key word in just a few minutes. But first, we have to talk about these terrifying stories involving animals. When animals attack. And I wanted this great intro from the old TV show on Fox, When Animals Attack. But, pretty much everything's on YouTube. That isn't. The hell?
Huh. What did it go like? Give us your version.
When animals attack. Roar.
Kenzie, what animal was that?
I want gnawing on something.
Was it a golden doodle?
Golden doodles can attack.
Oh, absolutely.
Anything can turn. Any animal, you don't know what they're thinking. And even a golden doodle can turn on you. It's kind of adorable. When there's like...
It goes dark doodle. Little dark doodle.
When animals attack. First off, a South Carolina petting zoo worker was apparently killed by a kangaroo after stepping into its pen to, quote, roughhouse with it.
People have to stop messing with kangaroos.
They're evil.
You also have to get behind one. If you're ever getting attacked, immediately get behind it.
Why?
They can't jump backwards. If you're getting attacked, I'm serious. If you're getting attacked by a kangaroo, you get behind it.
Why can't they turn around?
Yeah, but then you have the upper hand because they can't. By the time they turn around, you can just keep getting behind it.
So I'll use my ninja skills when they turn around on me and I'm ready to go?
No, dude, keep following it, you idiot. Use your legs.
At some point, I'm going to tire out before the kangaroo.
Well, that's a you problem.
And keep turning in a circle.
This is your best chance.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
She gave you a great survival tip and you laughed at her. When you get attacked by a kangaroo and get pummeled to death, Kenzie's going to be the one laughing.
Well,
Exactly. Get behind it.
I'll be thinking about getting behind it, and you know what's going to happen? It's not going to work. And I'm going to go, damn it, Kenzie.
What do you mean it's not going to work?
He'll be stepping those huge feet on my face. I'm going like, Kenzie, we're trying to get behind it.
Okay, you know what? First of all, if you got in this situation, you'll leave yourself to blame. I'm not putting you anywhere near a kangaroo. And second, if you can't utilize the tip I gave you, that's your fault. Like, just because you're not fast enough.
You're not giving me a closure on it. You're saying get behind the kangaroo. Then what?
It can't get backwards.
So it's going to sit there and go like, boy, where'd he go?
Well, if it disassociates for a second, then you can run.
Yeah. You think a kangaroo is going to go like, that guy's a magician. He's magic. He teleported behind. Where'd he go?
Also, imagine being in a fight with a kangaroo. You're fighting a kangaroo.
Yeah.
You step behind it. So you got the advantage because you're behind it.
Thank God. Can't jump backwards.
But then the kangaroo turns around and you're running away and a kangaroo is chasing you. Can you imagine a more terrifying visual?
And also the kangaroo kind of going, this a-hole thought he was going to get away from me by getting behind me.
Hop.
Look how
this dude's got no chance.
Look how slow he is. He'd laugh for
Again,
probably
these
like
are
10 minutes.
your problems. Long term, if you're too scared to run, is just stay behind him.
I'm not scared. A kangaroo can run 16 miles an hour, but up to speeds of 44, it can actually accelerate to.
Oh my God. You're dead. You're so dead if you try to fight a kangaroo.
I could probably stay pretty good at 13 miles an hour for a while, but then when he puts when he hits the nos, like in Fast and Furious, it goes to 44. I'm not going to be able to get behind him.
13 miles an hour. You couldn't run a 15-minute mile.
Kenzie, he said 13 miles an hour for a while.
For a while, I could do 13. I'm walking at 13 miles an hour. I bet I am.
You could do 13 miles. You're not understanding the breakdown of this. That means within 1 hour, you could do 13 miles.
Yep. I could do
So,
that.
almost a half marathon you could do in 1 hour.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think if you ran a mile right now, it would kill you. I think you would actually die if you ran a mile.
Well, maybe we got a challenge here. I can't do it today.
I
I'm
want to
busy.
see what your mile time is.
I'm busy today. I can't do it today.
Well, you're busy the rest of the week. I know your schedule.
Well, I have jeans. I don't have shorts. I need shorts to run. You want to run a mile in jeans?
I'll run a mile in jeans if you run a mile in jeans. Actually, I wear chinos. I don't own jeans, but same difference.
God.
Can you guys both run a mile today?
Will you run a mile with us?
I can't do it today.
What are you busy?
Well, I could do I have to go over my kid's doctor's appointments at 11.
I love how we're all too busy to run a mile.
I mean, I could do it later today. I just can't do it immediately after the show. I could do it around noon.
Okay, because I've got an apartment tour at noon because I got to move. My apartment's too expensive now.
Well, I have a doctor's appointment at 11 for my son. He's got to get a shot.
So what about late afternoon? Do we all have time late afternoon to run a mile?
I'm not
What
getting.
time?
We're not getting back together to run a mile. That's
Tristan's
never
piano
happened.
recital's at 6.
Oh, shoot. I almost swore.
So I could do it. I have a big window. From noon to 6, I
Okay.
could run it.
Okay. I just drove to Elgin Friday for the first time from the Wrigleyville area. It took about an hour and 45 minutes in the afternoon. You think I'm going to make it to run a mile? Will you come downtown?
I'm not coming back downtown, you a-hole. I already did it.
Well, then we're not running the mile,
Wait,
apparently.
why do you have to go to Elgin? Can't we just use the honor system? Can't you run a mile downtown? Why are you driving to Elgin to run a
Ryan
mile?
can't use the honor system in case you have to meet up with him, and then because he's gonna lie.
Yeah.
You trust him more than me?
Absolutely.
Are
When it
you
comes
out of
to
your
his minor-
mind? If I'm
Because
anything,
Case
I'm...
isn't. Because Case is never, except in his youth. He talks about when he was really young, he was an athlete. But right now, he's not promising he's an athlete.
This is
you
true.
promise now you're an athlete. Case has nothing to defend.
You said you could walk 13 miles an hour.
And Lucas checked in and said, "Are you smoking crack?" No, I'm not. I drank a Fairlife
Brian
protein
and Case,
shake.
you have to be together, but I can do it separate.
I don't trust you for a second. You're doing
You're
it
such a
alone.
lot. Why?
Why do you don't trust me? How can I trust
Yeah,
you?
because you want to. I don't think I can run 13 miles an hour. That's the difference. I don't trust you because you want to lie and be. You think you're Michael Scott. Like if
That's exactly what it is.
if the car drives by, it's my speed at 47.
If I'm anything, I'm loyal and honest.
No.
In my entire life.
Where's I still want a sound machine.
No, you don't get a buzzer.
Loyal.
I'm loyal and honest. Stop making the buzz sound effect. Yeah, there's no way. We'll figure it out. All these listeners are like, God, you guys make so many excuses. It's over. Forget it.
Well, I'm willing to run today at a bunch of times.
Wait, I just forgot. What are we trying to prove with the mile? I forgot what we're trying to
You
make.
said you could run 13 miles an hour.
Okay.
So you definitely have to run. For some reason, now Case and I are supposed to run, even though we don't think that.
So you said you could run 13 miles an hour, and Kenzie said run 1, and you said, well, I can't do that. I'm too busy.
Yeah.
So run 1 mile at 13 miles an hour.
Yes.
How am I going to figure that out? It's going to be...
Well, you have to do math. It's
So-
like finding out the White Sox win projection last
So
week.
if you could run 13 miles in an hour, we'll take your time. And trust me, if your time's over 15 minutes, we'll know that you can't do it.
No, but I'm not running 13 miles.
I know, but if you run 1 mile, your time, how can you, okay.
You know when a NASCAR is on the track, they've got the miles per hour on the
Yeah,
screen?
yeah.
We're doing that for you.
Okay, so how...
Like, okay, so wait, hold on.
How many-
13 miles in 60 minutes. So 60 divided by 13. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me give you this. Hold
Okay,
on.
figure that out, please.
60 divided by 13.
Someone just texted and said Usain Bolt runs 22 miles an hour.
Okay.
I can do 13 if Usain
No,
Bolt can do 22.
That's basically saying you would have to be running about a 4.5 minute mile.
Do you think at your athletic peak you could run a 4?
The way I've never seen him break eye contact with me so fast in his life, but he looks
Wow.
down so fast.
Isn't that a record? 4.5 minute mile?
You'd have to run it's 4.6, so about a 4.5 minute mile, because if you'd be running 13 miles in 60 minutes, you'd have to run about 4.5 minutes per mile.
The fastest mile ever run was 3:43.
So you have to be.
You're a minute off of that?
So you think you
Not
can keep
even
that
a
up?
minute.
But he said I could keep it up for a while,
And it is by a
which
while.
means you could
13.
do multiple 4.5 minute miles.
No, a while could be like for just a minute. Like to get away from the kangaroo. I'm just trying to get away from the kangaroo. I can go 13 to get away from the kangaroo.
You think the kangaroo's only 4 seconds away? Then you've escaped for good?
I think you have better odds of beating a kangaroo to death than running a 4-minute mile.
Yeah, you know what?
Because you know what? If you could sit on it, you'd win.
Damn right. I think I'm going to stay and fight.
You're going to fight the kangaroo instead.
Yeah, I'm going to stay and fight. Got better odds.
Just
Wow.
get behind it.
Yeah, just get behind it, duh.
I told you this an hour ago.
He'll go home. I should have listened to you first when we got through all that. That's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Remember, get behind a kangaroo today.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. The word is wicked this hour. 312-591-8300. Text that for a chance at the Osheaga Festival, a music festival in Montreal that you'll get a free trip to, and Riot Fest. You pick which day you go. So 2 incredible, unique experiences will be yours if you text WICKED to 312-591-8300. You have about 24 minutes left to do that. 9 o'clock is the deadline. If you already did it, don't do it again. Just enter once and you're good. Now, if you missed what happened before Lincoln Park, there's a story about a guy who got killed, sadly, who worked at a petting zoo, and a kangaroo. He went into roughhouse with the kangaroo, and the kangaroo killed him. Very sad. Kenzie gave some great advice. If you face off with a kangaroo, you should try to get behind him. Then they lose their perception of you, and then you can get away.
They can't hop backwards.
I can't hop backwards is their mentality. And then I figured the kangaroo at some point would turn around, but I could probably outrun a kangaroo, which they run at 13 to 16 miles an hour. But they do have a boost, a NOS boost, like in Fast and Furious, to go to 44 miles per hour. But I think I could get away at 13. I thought I could run 13 miles an hour. We've now noticed that the world record of a mile was 3 minutes and 43 seconds. That would be a 4.5-minute mile roughly if I was running 13 miles an hour. So I'm going to stay and fight the kangaroo now. That's what I'm going to do. I realized I got a little carried away.
Said you.
But I remember my brother driving away from me when I was a kid, and I could run. I ran next to the car for about 20 seconds while he was driving away to stop him because he forgot something.
This would be Brian's mentality. A car that pulls up on him already driving means he's running as fast as it.
I think I could run. I thought I could run 13 miles an hour. I'm not saying I can't because we have to prove it. But none of us can get together today to try to get this
No,
thing
Brian,
done.
let's just see if you run, because the second you're over 5 minutes, we know that you can't do it.
We did this in the Q Olympics over the summer. You ran down the hallway, a video that Billy Corgan saw and called you out for. It looked like Ricky getting shot in Boys in the Hood.
Ricky! Your arms were everywhere.
There was
a lot.
so much arms on the way that Brian ran.
I do want to note that I ran a 6-minute mile in high school.
Okay, and that was a while ago?
How many pounds ago, if you would estimate?
I weigh, as I proved with the suit for the wedding on Friday, I weigh 237 right now. In high school, I weighed 190. And that at my peak athletic ability.
Your peak.
Peak.
So at your peak, you could run a 6 minutes. So at your peak, you weren't running 13 miles an hour.
God, that's 47 pounds ago. I think about it. God.
Wow. That's more than my baby. Like, that's like two of...
It's more than you. God. Anyway, we got some text coming in on this. Case, what do you got?
219 checked in. This is Aaron from the region, first-time texter. Welcome to the party. He said, if the threat of being beaten to death by an effing kangaroo is my only option, I might hit those speeds too.
Thank you, Aaron. I need a kangaroo. Is there a kangaroo in the Illinois area, Chicago listening area?
Listening? Is there a
No.
kangaroo listening to
If someone has access to a kangaroo.
What? What are you asking for?
I'm not asking for a kangaroo to call in. I'm saying if someone has access to a kangaroo, I will go to you and let it chase me to the death so I can see if I can run 13 miles an hour. Does anybody have a kangaroo?
Or is a kangaroo listening?
Access to a kangaroo? Or if a kangaroo is listening,
Nice to meet a fan, by the way.
I'm not going to get behind your ass. I'm going to either fight you or run for my life.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
Q101.
About 10 minutes left till 9 o'clock for a chance at Q101's Fest, a trip to Montreal, and Riot Fest tickets. We'll give you that keyword after Lifehouse in about 3.5 minutes. But first, we are continuing our conversation. Now we're seeking a kangaroo expert, and not just someone that knows a little about kangaroos. We need an authority, an expert,
Somebody who owns them, works with them, a zookeeper, something.
a degree on the wall. Let's just
Yeah.
admit to that. It's got to be somebody that's studied kangaroos extensively.
You're going to be picky about our kangaroo expert?
Of course. If we're going to have this argument, I want facts. If you just joined us, A kangaroo tragically killed a guy at a zoo who was trying to roughhouse with a kangaroo. I guess it's on him. You shouldn't have done that.
It wasn't like accidentally attacked while he's eating a snow cone, so.
Kenzie brought up that you're supposed to get behind a kangaroo to save your life because they just don't know where you go once you get behind them.
They can't jump backwards.
And I thought they're going to turn around eventually and see you so I could outrun a kangaroo. Turns out they run 13 miles an hour. I thought I could do that pretty easily.
On the slow side.
Yeah, they do have a 44 mile per hour boost. So that's bad.
As Nas, as you put it, like a Fast and Furious car.
I'm going to turn that Nas and go, and I'm going to win. A win is a win, whether it's an inch or a mile. That's my Fast and Furious.
Thank you.
Vin Diesel. So we're looking for a kangaroo expert. People have checked in. People misunderstood I was looking for a kangaroo to call in.
Yes. So 847 texted, "This is the Brookfield Zoo. Our kangaroo is listening right now and wants to call in about Brian's challenge of running away from him." So you have that option. You also have 224's option. "Hi, kangaroo here. I would let Brian run at what he thinks is 13 miles per hour, but probably is about 7. When he gets tired, which will only take about 30 seconds, I'd take him out."
262 took them from Wisconsin. Brian, you have two options by the end of the day. Run a mile or fight a kangaroo. Clock starts ticking now.
Did you think that's what your day would be when you woke up this morning?
Wasn't on my bingo card.
By the way, why is it like Saw? Like, want to play a game?
Do you want to play a game? Run a mile. Fight a kangaroo.
Run a mile. And the Saw voice doesn't sound right.
Both things are terrible, by the way. Running a mile and fighting a kangaroo.
You think they're equally terrible?
Honestly, I do.
Well, running a mile away from a kangaroo, that's important.
But I'm good being chased. I'm good with that.
When have you been chased?
I've been chased by
anything?
When I would toilet paper a house, the cops chased me. People that lived in the house chased me. I've been chased my whole life.
Did you teach it a house once?
What are you, Jelly Roll? You've been chased your whole life. What does that mean?
I was chased by the cops a lot when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you get chased? Other than
Besides
toilet paper.
toilet paper.
Well, it wasn't murder. I mean, they were very petty.
I don't know a single cop who's ever chased somebody for TPing.
Pool hopping. I jumped in someone's pool. We went swimming in someone's pool.
And the cops chased you?
Well, eventually someone called the cops and they chased us. Well, I'm trying to get my tidy whities on, my underwear, and my
He's like
pants.
playing video games, and the cops in the video games are chasing his player. And
It might have been. It might have been
Also,
that.
What white collar crimes? TPing a house and pool hopping.
Sorry, I'm not a murderer. Sorry. All right. We got music entertainment news after Lifehouse, a band we're trying to bring together this October for their 20th anniversary as a band. It's Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.